You know my name, bitch.
That wasn't me that said that. I believe that was being serious. However, you do know my name by now. My name is Dre. And welcome to LSR. We are liquor store run at Potomatic, Spreaker, SPREAKER, YouTube, Google Music, and on SoundCloud for LSR Podcast. And you can email us that's lsrpod@gmail.com. Alright, welcome to LSR, a podcast about nothing and everything at the same damn time. Alright, gentlemen, I think you know what time it is. Identify yourself.
I think y'all already know me by now. It's the white woman wrecker, tearing down halls, bounds and bounds of loads, skins.
Bad boy, super cool. It's Mook, baby.
How y'all doing? From Cat, a.k.a. Big Dick Dudley, a.k.a. Side Guy Dudley, a.k.a. Second Favorite DJ.
Alright, and I'm John, and my pants are wet because I haven't had alcohol spilled on me. And to quote the prophet Melania Trump, one word to describe me: spectacular.
We're gonna go with Kev this week. Kev?
I want it. Maybe I want it.
Good job, Kev. Kev, go.
Okay. I'm telling my drunk ass run some shit. My main topic: idiot people in comment sections on any page. Listen to me when I tell you this. If the story is unimportant, if the story doesn't make sense, but you comment on it, you are stupid. You cannot comment on the story talking about how stupid it is when you don't want it to be seen that it's important. And I'm done.
Alright. I believe that's it. Alright, let's give Kev a round of applause.
I won!
Who shot that smooth? Alrighty. Cheers. Here's to you.
In the spot, still sit with the grind. Black 26, nigga, but I'm singing and not.
Jesus Christ, what the hell was that?
Small silencer, timeless sound.
Alligator spit.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Let's cut that music.
that's brought to you by Captain Morgan Spice Rum.
Alright.
Speak on, Captains.
We are going to start off the show with a new thing we're trying. Our weekly top 5. And we're not going to do normal things that people would do, the top 5 basketball players or football players of all time. We are going to do this week. We're going to list I almost said it. For those of you who don't know, this one doesn't count, by the way. Anytime I say the words so and after one another, we will be doing a shot. So, I won't be doing that. We are going to see what I did there. Yeah. Right. We are going to come up with a list of the top 5 captains of all time. All right. I will start off, and I was going to pick Captain Morgan, but I think that'll be a little cheesy.
Hey, somebody else.
I'm going to do it anyway. Captain Morgan is my nominee. Do I get a yay or a nay from Tinsley?
Yay. I'll give you a yay.
Yay. Drunk Kev.
Drunk Kev approves. Yeah.
More? Yeah. Right. Unanimous. I like that. Okay. All right. Moving on. Tinsley.
My captain would have to be the heart and soul of the Philadelphia Eagles football organization. Captain, the greatest safety of all time, Mr. Brian Dawkins. Yay or nay?
Yay.
More.
You give me yay for me.
Kev, more.
Yay.
Jay, it won't matter because they already voted yay, but fuck no. And fuck Brian Dawkins.
Captain, you made the list.
Mook?
I'd like to nominate the greatest captain of them all, Captain Crunch.
Yay already. because it cuts the roof of your mouth. All right?
But it's worth it.
It's worth it, alright?
Dre, I think you were the deciding factor.
I fucking hate Captain Crunch.
It's 2-2.
It's 3-2.
No, it's 2-2.
You need 3.
Oh, well, yeah, 3. Yeah,
It's 3.
Well, I guess
Does his vote count?
Yeah, well,
what the hell it counts? Captain Crunch is on the list.
Captain Crunch for the
Alright.
fucking win.
I don't understand how you can say that Captain Crunch is the greatest captain of all time when you forgot Captain K!
I'm surprised you didn't go Jeter. I go yay on that one.
As do I.
I'll
Yay.
give you a yay for that
Shout out to Cartoon Network. Yay.
And Tinsley picked the football player, and I'm going to go with another one. All right. The man's name is Captain Motherling. He is a defensive back for the Minnesota Vikings. In Panthers, he played for both teams, and that's who I'm voting for.
All right.
one. No.
All right. That's his name. His name.
Are you saying he's better than Dawkins?
He didn't say that. He just said he's nominating.
Okay,
That's
well,
my tie.
I'll give it to him. I'll give it to him.
Pause.
Yay. Pause.
The motherfucker's name is Captain.
Exactly.
I'm sorry.
Exactly.
Shit, I had a
Champ Bailey's name is Champ.
Man, his name is Charles because he ain't a chance to be.
Oh my goodness. Well, I'll say yay to that.
And he's a I don't know, supervisor.
Oh my God!
His
Why?
name is Brian Daly. All right.
All right, gentlemen. So there we have it. We have Captain Runnerland. We have Captain Morgan, Captain Crunch, Captain Caveman, and reluctantly Captain Brian Dawkins as the greatest
Yeah,
captain
he erased it.
of all time. No, I wasn't racing them all actually. But
I saw you right on there.
let's have a round of applause for our captains. All right. All right, gentlemen.
I like it. I like talking about that center, Chris, whatever his name was, Chris Caveman.
He's the actual Captain Caveman.
No, the actual Captain Caveman is the cartoon character.
Yeah, that really came from left field. That was a nice one, Kev.
Right.
Props to Kev. I think
Kev won that segment, definitely.
I won the first
Do
one.
I get a
Kev won
rush?
the
Do
second.
I get another ring?
Yeah.
Sure, Kev. Sure.
Hey, you get one later. You got your own.
You get a short rant later.
All right, so I have another ring to go over to.
Go later.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what we do every week. And I'm not going to lie, I did a little pregame before I got here with my my extended family, my in-law. Shout out to you, Chris, and Charlene, and Alan. This is a lot of fun.
A special
How
shout
about
out.
you tell what you
Hey, shout out to the week.
Oh, I'm sorry? All right,
Yeah,
shout
Tinsley
out
has
to
a shout out.
I got a special shout out. I'd like to shout out my probation officer.
Jesus
All right.
Christ.
No, it's for good
Because
reason.
that glorious, wonderful, exceptionally well at her job woman.
Does she get titties?
Yo, Kev, we can't do that.
Why not?
Because we can't.
No, that's not what I'm here to do.
We can't do that, Kev.
That's just
Tinsley?
Go ahead.
This glorious woman filed a hardship, hardship cause and lowered my fines from about $5,600 to $1,500.
Hey, shots to
So,
that.
shout out. I gotta get something in here.
that is a lookout.
You want a name?
That is
Let's not go there.
Hey, man.
We're not giving no names,
Hey, man. Hey, shout out to you, all right? Shout out to her.
You know who you are.
Yeah.
Mook?
I'm gonna give a shout out to
Right now?
who do I want to give a shout out to? I'll give a shout out to the lovely women in my life
What?
Hey, there you go.
for making my stories.
I'm going to give a shout out to somebody who honestly deserves it after being very, very low key, and that is to Carmelo Anthony, the young man who has decided to take a little bit of a social stance as of late, and quite frankly, I feel as though he needs to get the respect he deserves. Carmelo Anthony, you my man right now, man.
Hey,
Kev is on fire today so
hey,
far.
shout out to the women.
Drunk Kev.
Excuse me. Shout out to the. Hey, let me take my turn now. Shout out to the women of the WNBA for making their stands, and they will not be silenced. Black Lives Matter.
All right.
Two Caucasian rappers who got on YG's "Fuck Donald Trump" song, standing up for Black Lives Matter and the police treatment. And I'd like to give them a shout out, man.
Can we give a shout out to Mook for putting Caucasians in a good light?
Oh my!
Because that might not ever happen again.
You know
Just
what?
because he doesn't like Eminem doesn't mean he dislikes all Caucasians.
That's true.
Well,
He likes Kiefer.
and
I
that's
do
cool.
like Kiefer.
Shout out to Kiefer. There you
Shout
go.
out
Shout out to Kiefer.
There you go.
Are we talking about Brian or
Amanda's fine with me.
Amanda's
well,
Amanda.
we should shout them both out because they're both our homies,
Shout out to
right?
Amanda too.
Shout out to Amanda too.
And their parents. Well,
All right.
at least
Mama
at
Kiefer.
least
Mama
mom.
Kiefer.
All right. Okay. All right. Let's get down to a little bit of business here.
Okay.
We will. I thought he was saying okay to me.
He was allowed food to be here.
All right.
5
Yeah,
minutes.
we just got some wings up here, so we're.
Yeah, I got one.
Food
I
is
got
good.
cheesesteak.
All right. Well, you got a cheesesteak.
It's
We
a
got one.
waffle fry.
All right. These guys.
It's a waffle fry.
They don't want to hear what we're eating. All right.
That's it.
Last week we made a promise, fellas. We made a promise to determine who was the greater individual athlete between Serena Williams, Usain Bolt, and Michael Phelps. I think it's time that we deliver on that promise.
I don't know how we can judge it, but it's time
Here,
for the stats.
I'm going to let you guys.
You ain't got the stats to back it up.
I'm going to let you guys be the determining factor here. I'll give my 2 cents, but you guys' opinion is worth much more than mine here. So, Usain Bolt, really quickly, 17 gold medals. That's combining the Olympics and World Championships by events and times.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Phelps, 22 overall Olympic medals. Not 22 golds, but 22 overall gold medals. I'm sorry, medals in the Olympics, not golds. Serena Williams. Serena Williams, 22 first place finishes in Grand Slams. All right? So,
well, that's singles.
singles. We're not counting the doubles.
Let's,
Okay? So, well, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to give you all time to prepare your arguments for who you think is the best. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we will address this issue. Serena versus Michael versus Bolt. When we come back.
Shut up, Greeny.
I hate Greasy so much.
Yeah.
Whoa, how fitting. Welcome back. The song, what's the song called again, Samson?
It's the world's greatest.
The world's greatest. We are going to determine right now, Danny, who is the world's greatest individual sport competitor. Alright. So, let's, I guess, Kev, you want to go first?
Sure.
Let's do this.
Yeah. Now, with regards to the conversation, we before we left off, you said it's between Serena Williams, Michael Phelps, and Usain Bolt. My decision goes to, just like last week, Serena Williams. I base it off of one fact and one fact only. Her record as a singles competitor, which is 768 to 127. She has an 85.8 win percentage as a singles. I'm sorry, 86% win percentage as a singles competitor in her career.
That's impressive.
That speaks for itself to me as the greatest competitor of our generation.
All right, so now, are you saying that her winning percentage is higher than that of Michael Phelps and Usain Bolt?
I'm saying that her winning percentage, which is predicated upon her own performance, because one thing that you also have to distinguish is that with Michael Phelps and with Usain Bolt, you also have relays that you have to take into account. You have individuals that also have participated in their races with them. judging purely off of this, that speaks for itself, man. And this is over an illustrious, 20 plus year career. But that's just my stats.
Don't care if you're drunk, but all right, Mook, you got anything?
After Kevin just dropped those stats, how could you disagree, man?
I need a bomb sound bite for that shit, man.
Woj bomb, baby. The Funk Master Flights. Funk Master Flights.
Sensei?
I have to go with Michael Phelps here.
Okay.
Let's keep in mind his career was way shorter than Venus Williams. And Serena. Sorry, both of them.
Nah, it's not the same.
Serena. Well, I'm saying shorter than both of them, but Serena Williams. So you want to drop numbers and whatnot? Let's keep in mind that Michael Phelps has 22 medals over 3 Olympiad trials. 77 medals in total. Okay, 61 gold, 13 silver, and 3 bronze. All right, now in addition to those medals, I believe he also has. Let me pull up the number right here. 39 world records. All right, 29 individual world records. And then 10 relay ones. But just to pull up numbers there, he has the most world records ever. Most medals ever.
Okay.
That's a lot shorter of a time span.
A lot of those are team records.
A lot of them aren't actually.
Okay.
I'm saying a lot of them are as well.
Some of them are. Most of them are individual.
A lot of them are team.
I'm looking at it right now.
I saw it earlier.
And a
I saw
much
it
shorter
earlier.
career.
Yeah, I know. That's the issue.
All right,
Let's
let Kev
greatness.
rebut this argument.
Well,
Go, Kev.
first things first, I feel as though there's a little bias. I remember you yourself, Skims, has had a career in the swimming industry.
I was a diver.
You were a diver. You were a diver for some time. One thing to say when you have Olympic gold medals is that you have a nice 4-year period in between which. This record that Serena Williams has is predicated on her continuously.
Actually, it's 2 years in between because he does winter and summer.
Oh, okay, fair enough. 2
And
years.
then he competes around.
They don't do swimming in the winter.
They swim year round. He
Indoors.
does other. I'm saying
I know
other than the
Brittany
Olympics, he does other swimming stuff.
But he said Olympics.
But the
I'm
fact
just
is
saying
that
he
even
gets more than just the Olympics.
regardless, your medals, but this record here is a year round record off of primarily
29 individual world records, man.
which I respect. Let me not take away from Michael Phelps. I'm not. But what Serena has done for how long she's done it, and now she's continuously doing it despite her age.
You said that Michael Phelps did what he did in less time.
Of course.
So that's my argument. But I'm not taking anything from either one of them.
Of course, neither am I. Great argument right there. Dre, would you like to?
I'm gonna actually let Moore go because he's looking like he's.
No. I'm just saying Serena's longevity. What?
I just have to give myself one of these for that statement.
What? Okay. Like Kev said, Serena, her career has been about 20 or so years. Her first major championship as a singles competitor, 1999, and her last so far is in 2016. That is 17 fucking years of greatness. Greatness, not mediocre play, not competing against just people in America like Michael Phelps. From excuse me. I'm talking about for most of his competition. All of Serena's Grand Slam championships are against everybody in the world. What? That's every competition. What? She's not playing for the world. She's not just playing for things in the United States. You gonna what? You gonna want it? What? You gonna want it?
What are the Olympics?
No, I'm saying Michael Phelps. The things he's doing throughout the year are strictly American things. Certain things are. Yes, I looked it up earlier. Certain things are North American based. Not everything is the World Championships.
Let's keep in mind
Everything
that
against the world.
if they're North American based, then he's competing against the greatest athletes in the world from Canada. So let's keep that in mind.
There are also people from Japan.
I'm just saying
those cheaters in Russia.
Allegedly.
What?
No, it's actually not alleged.
Those cheaters in Russia and those other countries. Serena's always playing against the best, just about year round, every single year.
Oh, wow! I'm sorry, you just said those cheaters in Russia. And Where's
Sharapova, of course.
Jesus.
She can't.
And I actually was, I can't respect the
I'm just saying, it is 17 years of dominance, not just. Well, I'm not saying all about the Phelps thing, but a lot of those gold and bronze and silver medals are against people from just North America.
Do you understand me?
Not all of those are of world championships.
Not all of them are.
Well, exactly, but all of Serena's are against everybody in the world.
Okay, but I'm saying
she's actually competing. Excuse me, boy.
Right.
She's actually I'm just saying, and she's actually competing against other people. Like her opponent is actually impacting her game, and she's dominating her opponent. She's not just swinging against a number. That's what Michael Phelps is doing.
A world record.
All right, okay. A lot of people got world records.
Okay, but that's like saying the same thing against Usain Bolt.
I didn't pick Usain Bolt.
Speaking of, I did pick Usain Bolt. And
he's a world record team.
That's fine. Well, I'm just saying everybody has world records in anything. There are curling world records, and I love curling.
Okay, curling is the shit.
That is my second favorite sport. After hockey, speaking of hockey, go Pens.
And go Canadian national team.
If I could just say, with regards to, and you can get to your point, and what I think Tinsley's trying to say is that the world records, and again, my pick has already been Serena, but in Tinsley's defense, what he's saying is that with the world records that he has set, again, that's in world competitions, and he's going against people of the world. Mm-hmm. Again, we're not taking away from Michael Phelps. I'm not close. I find, to be honest with you, having two athletes of, there's a great dominance that we have in this day and age. It's fantastic and fun to watch. I love being able to watch swimming to see, all right, is Michael Phelps going to do this? I like watching tennis. Now, to see, is Serena Williams going to do it? I love that. And to Renee's point that he's going to bring up, track and field. And
if there were so many world records for Serena to break, she would have those as well. A lot of those things are fraudulent.
Well,
she doesn't though.
I'm saying if there were. She has the record for most weeks at number one.
I'm just going to say...
So she has most records for being the best.
Why are you always trying to talk over people? Why can't you let the people talk? I was not talking over you. I never once tried to...
I got 3 things I want to talk about.
All right. Okay. Do I have to ring the goddamn bell? Back to your corner.
I'm just saying, man.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Get loud in the
See, now I got to... Okay. All right. Enough. Okay. All right. I am going to vouch for Usain Bolt for a couple of reasons. Now, as far as Michael Phelps goes, that dude is...
amazing.
It's fucking amazing. Not amazing, fucking amazing.
Oh, agreed.
To do the things that he's done, to win the most Olympic medals, which is really, really difficult to do if you really think about it. The Olympics don't happen every year. It's every 4 years. So this guy is keeping himself in tip-top shape 4 years at a time, which is impressive. With regard to him, though, he wasn't necessarily the standout best person on his team during the last Olympics, and I don't know that he will be the best person on his team come this Olympics.
And this is his first captain.
That's another thing that I was going to bring up. He wasn't captain. He wasn't in charge of the team. Now, in regards to Serena, you guys know how much I love and respect Serena Williams. That goes without saying. However, as long as she is tied with the wonderful Steffi Graf, Kev, are you making a heart shape over there?
No, I'm making a booty shape. A booty.
I don't understand. What does that have to do with this conversation?
Serena has a big ass.
A big ass tennis racket? I don't understand what's going on here.
Her posterior is bulbous and impressive.
Oh my. Okay, see, I wasn't gonna go there, but as long as she's tied with Steffi Graf, I can't name her the greatest single competitor of all time. And what I'm trying to say is right now, I think it's Usain Bolt for the simple fact that he's been a captain. The dude is phenomenal. I'm sure he has lost. I've never seen him lose. I've seen Serena lose. I've seen Michael Phelps lose. This dude made it fun for me to watch track again. After the whole U.S. track team got busted for all the steroids and stuff, Marion Jones and all them, I stopped watching track. This dude made it fun again.
Yeah.
And he's getting faster like every year, which is unbelievable to me. So
A lot of them Jamaican people got
man, I'm
busted.
telling you, planting porridge, man.
Well, I'm just
That's
saying, a lot of them got busted. And he's,
not him,
Oh yeah, I know.
Not
Not
him.
him. A lot of his teammates have.
and that's fine. But
That's
he
questionable.
did.
Yeah. I'm not accusing
So,
of this, and a lot of those have.
What I'm saying is, I think when it's all said and done, it will be Serena. But right now, in this moment, I have to go with Usain Bolt. And not to mention, by the way, I'm sorry, Kev, I promise. With that whole tie situation, it's subjective. Because as long as she's tied with Steffi Graf, you can make an argument for Steffi Graf. It wouldn't be a very good argument, in my opinion, but she is married to the great one, the best goddamn tennis player, my favorite tennis player, Andre Agassi. But,
Second best after Federer.
fuck Roger Federer.
Chill.
Anyway, Agassi whooped Federer's ass. Anyway, so,
Who in a retirement?
hey, fuck you, alright.
So, Pete Sampras.
Chill. Don't bring Pistol Pete into this, alright? Pete Sampras is the fucking man. Anyway, you could make an argument for Steffi. I mean, it really wouldn't be a very good argument. The only thing you could argue would be the number of majors, but that still is an accomplishment. And as long as they're tied, I can't say that about Serena until she gets that 23rd. And maybe that's not fair, but there's nobody close to Michael Phelps. There's nobody close to Usain Bolt, and she's got that one tie.
Okay.
All right. One thing also to consider, this is just something my last point with regards to this. Serena Williams is going to she's going to be playing. She's going to be playing, as she stated, for the foreseeable future. Usain Bolt has announced that he will retire after next year. Michael Phelps has retired already.
And
once
come
in his
back,
career,
yeah.
and come back as well, too. So, when it's all said and done, she will get another major. She will break Steffi record.
Most likely.
Most.
Because everybody was saying that about a certain other, I'm not going to say athlete, I'm going to say player of a game.
He is an athlete.
All right.
He is an athlete.
Golf may not be,
but
he's
the
an
activity that he participates in is not a sport.
Okay, and some other people were saying that Phil Mickelson was going to win last week, but unfortunately he couldn't get past the second round and wound up losing again.
Kev, all right, you know what? I'm not even going to... I swear to God, Kev. You know what? Just wait till we get on that topic. I got... All right, fuck you, Kev.
Damn, homie.
Anyway, so what you're saying is you would still give it to Serena regardless.
I'm still going to Serena.
Yeah.
Because we don't say the person who's won the most Super Bowls or the most NBA championships is the best player ever.
Good point.
If we can counter argue that, we can give it to Serena.
So
again,
as I count, we have more you're voting for Serena, Mook's voting for Serena, Kev for Serena, me for Usain Bolt, and Tinsley for Michael Phelps. So I guess we all know what that means. Serena Williams is the greatest singles competitor.
I go Bolt
all time.
Now, here's the thing. Just a disclaimer for all of you out there.
I don't think there is a right or wrong.
There is no right or wrong on this. We have three of the most dominant athletes in the world.
They are the most dominant athletes.
Like,
dominant.
They're the best ever.
Dominant. Up there with the names like LeBron James. Well, LeBron James would be up in their names, actually. It's these.
I think there's a very good argument to be made that they're way more dominant than LeBron because it's an individual sport.
The thing is,
basketball one-on-one.
That's why I separated.
Just
that's
a guy
in a one-on-one
like
game.
LeBron, the way that LeBron is, and we're moving forward here, a guy like him could go to another team. That team is already going to be picked to go to the finals immediately.
He does have a lot of help.
So, he has a lot of help, but just to see physical dominance in the way that we see Michael Phelps.
Yeah, that's why.
Usain Bolt. I watched Usain Bolt race the ESPN employees, and he literally put his hands out and did an airplane motion and got bored, ran backwards, and beat them in a foot race.
The best thing I ever saw him do was, I believe it was his first year at the Olympics. He broke the world record, but for the last couple feet, he stopped and just put his arms out and looked around. Like, that was the funniest shit I have ever seen in my life, and he still fucking broke the record.
But he broke the world record doing that, and he tripped out of the blocks starting his run.
Yeah,
that's why I was.
He is a freak of nature.
With Michael Phelps, I've never paid or cared about swimming ever.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
He made me want to watch swimming.
I'll give you
at least
that.
for the Olympics.
I'll definitely
not even that, just to watch this guy perform.
Well, yeah, That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he made it interesting.
Yeah.
Shout out to Brian Locke.
No, we're not gonna shout him out. I told you last week, he is dumb as fuck. He's
really
literally
good.
dumb as fuck. He can swim, but he is stupid as shit. Like, have you ever heard him speak?
Yeah.
That is one dumb.
Did they give him that reality shot? No, he won.
I didn't watch it.
Yes. Yeah.
I know he was gonna get one.
He has one.
I feel, you know what? That's proof that there is a God. Because, you know what? I'm serious. Seriously. Because if there wasn't a God, he would just be dumb as fuck with no talent. At least he has something. You know what I mean? Or at least there's proof that God's not cool. Because, you know.
Shout out to Ray J.
And that's just, life ain't fair.
Here we go.
Son of a bitch.
That's just proof that life isn't fair.
All right. So let's move on to a different sports discussion. The Charlotte Hornets were supposed to be hosting the NBA All-Star Game.
Next year.
2017, that's correct. Due to the North Carolina bathroom law, the NBA has pulled out of North Carolina.
What?
I said, okay, maybe I shouldn't have said they pulled out.
What?
They have taken the game from North Carolina.
And I believe they're moving it to New Orleans.
Yeah, that's the speculation. They're going to move it to New Orleans. So, I guess the first question is, what do you guys think about the NBA taking a stand on this? This is a huge social issue. So, what do you think of the NBA taking a stand here and moving the game out of North Carolina?
One thing, before I even talk about that, I'm just going to say Charlotte lost again to New Orleans because first they stole your team, now they're still in your All-Star game.
Jesus Christ.
I think that it was a good call because I don't think that states with people that think backwards like that should be rewarded and money driven into that state.
Tinsley, what do you think about them moving the game out of
Wait. North Carolina, aren't they the state that says, it's okay to have transgender bathrooms and, you can pee where you want?
No, that would be the exact opposite, actually.
Okay, they're against saying
they're trying to stop it.
Well,
The people in Charlotte
We're going
are
to talk
actually...
about that soon.
Yeah.
First, we're talking about, do you agree with the decision to move the game? And then we're going to talk
I'm
about...
just making sure that I got the facts straight here.
Yeah, they're saying you should not be able
Should not be able to pee where you want, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's not Charlotte. That's the rest of North
It's
Carolina.
the state, though.
But let's
Charlotte
address
wasn't specific. We tried, though.
I kind of see now I'm mixed. I wanted to say the NBA was wrong, because whatever, but
It's okay to feel indifferent about it,
I might be leaning towards the side that the NBA might be right here, man. Okay, might be right.
I am all for the NBA pulling the game out. I'm all for any business pulling themselves out of a situation where they don't agree that everybody is treated fairly. And I just wanted to muscle remark that North Carolina lost again. Shout out to Villanova.
Fuck you,
Shout out
Kev.
to them.
Fuck
Yeah.
you,
I
Kev.
wasn't doing that.
Anyway, fuck you, Kev. Anyway,
Kev taking shots off.
see, I'm sitting here trying to be serious, and
Hey, man, if I can be serious for a minute.
yeah, I rarely comment on social issues because I don't share the general opinion of the general public. I kind of have I guess what was described to me as an idealistic view. Everyone should just be seen as equals, but we're not going to go down that road. I think the NBA is wrong for pulling the game out because the people in Charlotte don't necessarily support this law. It's been documented, to my knowledge, that the people in Charlotte don't really care about, who uses what bathroom. It's the state of North Carolina that's the issue. And the city of Charlotte would be the one, I guess, benefiting from hosting this All-Star game.
Well, the state would.
The state would too, but on a larger scale, I think the city itself would benefit from it. When the All-Star game is in Philadelphia, Pittsburgh doesn't benefit from that. Philadelphia benefits from it. And when it's in Dallas, Houston doesn't benefit from it. Dallas does. So I think they're wrong in that sense, and not the state doesn't necessarily speak for the fan base. I am apolitical, so I don't support necessarily a political party. But when things happen in Dallas, Texas, I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan, I'm a Dallas Mavericks fan. I don't necessarily agree with what policies and stuff are being passed there just because I'm a fan of the team. There might be people that were fans of Michael Jordan that are now Hornets fans because he was such an amazing player and an amazing owner, and they just followed Michael Jordan. So I don't know that that this is necessarily the right thing to do. So, having said all that, all right, let's get serious for a minute, and in all seriousness, let's cut the music.
I didn't even get my.
And I'm sorry. Let's not cut the music. I just skip more. My bad. I'm professional here.
I think the NBA is right in pulling the game out until they try to change the law. The NBA said in 2019 they may give them the All-Star game back if they do change the law. I think it's okay for them to move the game because the NBA is a majority black league. So, of course, they're going to stand for the side of people who are being discriminated against because NBA players, at least right now, and, before years and years and years ago, are, not okay with themselves being discriminated against, majority black people. So, if they're taking a stance against discrimination, the one issue I can see is where do you draw the line of what's okay to protest and what isn't? That's why I can see why people understand, they don't want to move the game or whatever. But I think they should move it because it's a discrimination law.
And I think they're trying to stay consistent too, by the way. As
in light of everybody's arguments,
I didn't hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, you want to go?
Well, I just want to say, in light of everybody's arguments, I gotta go ahead and say that the NBA is wrong for this.
Okay.
I just gotta agree with Dre. It's the city of Charlotte that benefits, and you're hurting the city for the state's views. I feel, and it's not necessarily all the citizens that feel as though you should have to pay in there or wherever. But, you're hurting all of them for views of government officials.
I think the NBA is trying to stay consistent with the whole LGBT anti-discrimination thing. Anti-discrimination thing. If you remember a couple years ago, was it a couple years ago or was it last year? Jason Collins?
I think that was like 2 years ago? 3 years ago.
Yeah. It was either last year or the year before. I want to say it was the year before last.
For those of you who don't know, he was, I believe, the first openly gay, active openly gay basketball player in the NBA. And the NBA threw a lot of support behind him. I mean, he got a lot of, and that's fine. He got a lot of airtime and stuff for, I guess, being brave enough to, come out the way he did and say, I'm a gay dude that plays sports, so, you can take all your stereotypes and,
Not you do like real
type stuff. So, all right. So, now we're going to get serious and cut the music. And, what do we think about this whole North Carolina bathroom law? I'm very, very curious to see what our thoughts are about this. And I hope we disagree, not because I want anyone to be discriminated against or anything like that, but I want a good debate here. So, who wants to go first? If nobody...
I'm going to come out and take the stand and say that it's wrong.
What's wrong?
All right. The law saying that you have to pee here or there or wherever. There are not public, there are certain bathrooms where it's mixed sex. Yeah, intersex bathrooms. Who cares, man? You're going to the bathroom. Pee in peace. All right? Do it wherever you want.
Pee in peace.
Pee in peace. I'm not going to say my sister can't use my bathroom or my mother can't use my bathroom. Pee in peace.
I think that the law is right. If you believe that you're something other than what you were born as and that's how you want to conduct your life, then nobody should be able to tell you...
that means the law is wrong.
That means the law is wrong.
Let him finish.
Boy, he's saying the law is right, and the law is saying that...
Let him finish.
The law is that transgender people can.
No, that means
No.
they can't. They're not
The
allowed.
law,
to.
their
Well,
laws.
that's the North Carolina law.
Oh, you're talking about
The-
national.
Oh, no, we're talking about North Carolina.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're
you
talking
talking
just
about
North Carolina.
Okay, well, I think that they're wrong. They should go with the national standpoint of things and stop trying to be different, man.
Yeah.
Just move forward, you know. I mean,
Hey, it's 2016.
people think if you feel like you grew up as a woman trapped in a man's body, and you want to use the female facilities because that's what you feel comfortable doing, then do it. I don't think it should be a problem.
With regards to how I feel, being a father of a child that's of the opposite gender, I would feel very uncomfortable if someone who identifies themselves as male is forced to use the same bathroom as my daughter.
I'm sorry, who identifies themselves or is identified as a male?
Who identifies themselves as a male, as a transgendered male, as somebody who was born a female who is now went through the process of male. Because of
Gotcha.
this law, those individuals who went through the whole process of a surgery are now using the same identical restrooms as my daughter.
Okay,
And
I got you.
with regards to that, and I'm uncomfortable with it. I'm uncomfortable already taking my daughter and letting her go to the bathroom now in Pennsylvania without those laws, just off of the simple fact that there could be any motherfucker that's in the bathroom waiting to do shit to my kid. If that transpires, is the end of that person's life. But the thing about it is,
I got you back on that one.
Exactly.
Y'all do.
The fact of the matter is that now, because of this law, because a bunch of closed-minded individuals keep having this belief that they can control the types of genders and things of that nature, you're now going to force individuals who have gone through the whole process of getting everything done to themselves to make themselves genetically male to now be in the same bathroom as your daughter.
I don't know that it's genetically. I think it's anatomically.
Anatomically, I think is a better terminology. I thank you very much for that correction. The fact of the matter is that now when my little girl goes in the bathroom, if we were ever to go to North Carolina, which I don't think we will anytime soon, not because of this, just the simple fact that I don't desire to go there. The fact is that that's what she will have to see. And I'm not comfortable with her wondering, Daddy, why is this man in the same bathroom as me? Doesn't he belong in the other bathroom? Because that's how my daughter would think.
All right. My issue with this whole law is, it's not really covered much on the media. You kind of see it a lot, on the internet and stuff. A lot of trans people get killed and raped. You kind of see that stuff. And if it's a person that transitioned from male to female, especially, if they have to go in the men's room, people are going to, they mess with them because they're quote-unquote different. You know what I mean? And I just really think that's a huge issue.
All right. I'm actually going to piggyback off of what Kev said, but I'm going to go the reverse way. Okay? I am not a father,
I have something else to
but
say, go ahead.
I am, going to be a father soon.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Healthy baby boy. But let's say I have a daughter or a son. It really wouldn't matter. If I let me preface this before I start by saying I think the law should be modified. If you have gone through whatever procedure,
Not just today.
See, that's where I draw the line. Like, if you have gone through the procedure and you are now anatomically a man, you should be able to use the men's room. If you are now anatomically a woman, you should be able to use the women's room. But here's what I don't want.
I get you.
Drunk 30-year-old dude. Oh yeah, I identify as a woman.
Nah,
come on, man. And I'm not.
That doesn't fly.
Exactly.
That doesn't fly.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what's to stop any random Quagmire-esque pervert from, saying...
Yeah.
But, again, I want to preface it with my first statement. I don't want everybody to just hear the last thing I said. If you've gone through that, and, you've had that procedure, I'm cool with it. Now, there's an argument to be made that not everyone can afford to... Because that surgery is apparently expensive.
Well,
not everyone can afford that.
Some people say, hormone therapy, and you transition
And that's...
rather than just I'm having a surgery.
There's also, with regards, and I talked with my supervisors niece, who formerly was her nephew,
Yeah.
actually had a procedure done. If you go to a psychiatrist and in your psychiatrist sessions, identify yourself as the opposite gender and say that this is going down, a lot of times the state will actually pay those
And you know what? If that's the case,
wonderful.
you can live your life however you want to live it. But my big thing is, I don't want my daughter going to a public bathroom and, having to wonder
Yeah.
why there's a man in there. And I guess the argument to me for that is, well, you could take your own kid to the bathroom. I don't want to go into the bathroom with my kid and see all that other shit going on, like another kid in the bath. I don't want to see that. You know what I mean? Like, that's their private time to do whatever they have to do. I shouldn't have to hold my son or daughter's hand to go to the bathroom for fear that they see something that, they don't feel comfortable with.
Well, maybe I guess we're going to the point where you're just gonna have to talk to your kids about these certain things. It's not
But
necessarily.
at what age? Like, am I?
I don't know.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that's how it is with a lot of things now.
You let them start going to the bathroom by themselves?
We're at a slippery slope in society where you have to teach your kids at a young age the differences among people.
So I do have a solution for this problem.
Okay.
I have a very,
Okay.
I think, reasonable solution.
Okay.
Why can't we have a co-ed bathroom? So if people are so stuck up and
That could also present problems.
but you would have a co-ed bathroom, all right, and you would have a boys' room and a girls' room, not a men's room and a women's room, a boys' room and a girls' room. You see what I'm saying?
You
and
mean for
put an
children?
age limit, exactly,
Okay.
for children. That way, the adults can, if they can go in the co-ed bathroom. They are adults; they understand it. They, or maybe they don't agree, but who cares? You can't tell anybody how to live their life. They share the co-ed bathroom, and the boys use the boys' room, and the girls use the girls' room.
But at the same time, that's not stopping regular. I don't want to say regular like that. That's
I know
not
what you're
stopping,
saying.
That's not stopping dudes.
Society's view of regular.
That's not stopping dudes from harassing, raping, assaulting, transgender.
See, that's just that to me.
Yeah, those people are
that's
pieces
fucked
of
up.
shit.
They-
But they do it.
Issue
because-
has nothing to
Yeah.
do with that, though.
Well, that's kind of.
I guess that's
That's a whole different topic right
Yeah.
now. We're just
I
talking
don't know.
about the bathroom.
I think,
Well, that's what I'm talking about. In the bathroom, though, they do it.
Yeah.
Okay, but I'm just saying
but I think
it's
it's
just a different topic. We're just talking about them
Yeah.
using which bathroom. We're not talking about the
yeah. Now
effects.
again, if you're transgender and you've gone through the transition or you are transitioning, that's fine. I could care less because to me it's a non-issue. But if you are still anatomically, a man and I identify as a woman, let me in the ladies' room, I'm not cool with that.
Well, I don't think
And
that
vice
flies.
versa.
I don't think that flies. I think as long as I think you're putting forth the effort to transition,
Yeah.
you're starting the hormone therapy or
Mhm.
or something like that, or you've been declared something, I get that. But it's not just drunk dudes. Oh yeah, I'm a woman.
I'm not. That was just a
Yeah, I get you.
And I know it's an
I
extreme
just don't
example.
want people to think that we.
No. Please
That's,
don't. Please don't
what
think that that's what
people
we
do.
think. No.
I don't want people to think that's what people
But there's always one.
Yeah,
And it
I know.
only takes that one.
And those people should be arrested.
Exactly. Yeah. It takes that one person, and that one person messes it up for those other transgender people.
Yeah.
So, my thought is just, looking out for young
get you.
people in particular.
Mhm.
All right.
Anybody?
So, anybody else? All right. Let's take a quick break, and then oh boy, we can't do that after this one.
Yeah.
Not after this one. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk about some more damn violence. Unfortunately, you are listening to LSRPOD at gmail.com. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to LSR. We are going to, at this point, be discussing Charles Kinsey, who's a man shot in Miami as he loudly screamed that he was unarmed, with his arms up and laying on the ground. So, what's the excuse, Kev? Excuse me, drunk Kev.
It's fine. It's fine. You can cover it. Somewhat inebriated. Cause right now, the fact of the matter is that I just have there's no response you can give to me with regards to this. I've never once in my life watched something that literally upset me. as watching this man talk and say how he did everything that he possibly could to help out this challenged individual, and said, I raised my hands. I did this, and Lord have mercy, they shot me anyway. And when I asked, I don't know. And the gentleman just was at a loss, and he was upset that he got shot. He was literally upset at the fact that he did what they said. He did what he was told to do. And the challenged gentleman, because he was autistic, I'm calling him challenged now, he was trying his hardest and pleading with him and everybody about this, and still he was shot. And it just upset me. Just made me sad to see something like that happen to somebody. That's not fair.
And the policeman's excuse was he was aiming for the autistic man.
Think about that.
You were aiming for an autistic man.
Whom you said was suicidal.
Whom they said was suicidal. Now, police arrived on the scene. The counselor was screaming, "Please don't shoot. He's autistic. He has a toy truck in his hand." And the video looked like the truck may have been white or silver. Certainly not black. Does not look like a gun at all. Police are aiming for an autistic man who is sitting on the ground, and the other individual is laying on the ground with his hands up. What more can you do? What more can you do? The sheriff went and gave a press conference and stated that the officer was aiming for the autistic man and missed. As soon as the media started to question him, he walked off the stage. What more needs to be said about that, man?
All I have to say is, it's Florida, man.
Yeah.
It's Florida. That whole state has been a shit show and a laughing stock since George Bush got reelected.
I'd also like to add that later on in the video, when the man was explaining what happened in the hospital, the guy that was shot, he said that he looked over to the cop and said, "Why did you shoot me?" And the cop stated, quote, "I don't know," end quote.
And if that's not the biggest problem that you have, you're the fucking problem.
Kev?
The sheer incompetence, the gall of this situation, the fact that you have trained marksmen in a scenario like this, where you don't need a negotiator. You did not have a negotiator. Because normally whenever you have somebody that is suicidal, you have a negotiator. You have somebody to talk that one individual out of what they're trying to do. A, that wasn't on the scene. You had marksmen, trained ones, who was 50 feet away from him, and wound up hitting the guy that's on the ground after trying to even shoot an autistic man who was not armed, who did not understand what you were saying, whom you were being told by somebody that they do not understand what you're saying, who was trying to tell the person, hey, just lay down with me, just lay down with me. And the sickening thing about it is that after you shoot this man for 20 minutes, he laid on that ground and bled as you handcuffed him. You handcuffed him. What bullshit are you being taught where if you shoot a man who is begging you not to shoot him, begging you not to shoot his client, what training is that?
Bad training.
Why were your guns out in the first place?
No reason.
People giving themselves up.
Exactly.
Unarmed.
If his hands are up, he's giving himself up. He's listening to you. He's complying with you.
Laying on the ground.
If his compliance, as he's laying on the ground with his hands up, telling you, I do not have a weapon, I'm just talking to my client here.
Who's autistic.
Yeah, who is
and
autistic.
has a toy truck.
Well, I'm just saying, if he gave you all the details, no one's charging at you, no one's running at you, no one's pointing any weapons at you, no one's telling you we're going to come get you. Like, what reason do you have to even have a weapon in the first place? Why aren't you just speaking to these people and trying to figure out what's going on? Like, the news reported that, we're responding to someone that's suicidal. How come you aren't talking to these people? How come you aren't trying to figure out whatever the story is rather than, just seeing two black people on the ground so you have your weapons drawn because you're ready to war? You're trying to interrogate these people.
One black person.
Well, what was the autistic guy?
He was not black.
Oh, okay, I thought he was.
He was
Well,
Caucasian.
that's I didn't really see most of the video. But he who got shot.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
What reason do you have to even fire a weapon? Why do you even have to think of a weapon in that case? Like where if you want to be technical, where are your tasers then? Why can't
Tasers, mace.
I'm saying, how come you couldn't even approach these people? If you were so fearful, because that was his excuse, he feared for his life. If you're so fearful of people laying on the fucking ground, then you don't deserve to be a police officer.
Don't put the badge on.
Well, I'm saying you don't deserve it. You don't qualify. Mook. Well, he hasn't said it.
Well, I think that the worst part of all this is that we all know that even after this was caught on tape, that this man probably won't be prosecuted, or he won't get the justice that he deserves. Situations like this normally end up with the police officer getting desk duty or paid leave, and it's sad. It's sad.
Well, hopefully, I doubt it, but hopefully justice will be served.
I really hope so.
And the thing I think that kills all of this, at the end of the day, when that man was being interviewed on his hospital bed, and this is something that is a testament, and this is something we'll be going into with our next topic, is that he said, I still trust in the police. I still trust that there are good police officers out there. And the thing about it is there are great police officers out there, but those police officers do not hold in account the bad police officers that are out there. The double standard that I see is that there are groups of people that have to sit back there and have to actually announce and say, we are not with these people. The Black Lives Matter movement, when all of these gentlemen out there said that this, that, and the third transpired, they announced and said, we do not support these actions. We do not support these movements. With regards to Muslims and people of Islamic descent, and anybody, whenever a quote-unquote terrorist attack occurs, the first thing you see them saying is, we do not teach this in our religion. We do not have this in our religion. We do not abide by this code. We do not go ahead and we do not support this. Why don't cops do this?
Well,
why don't a group say, we do not support this? Why is it the double standard that if this group has to say it, that group has to say it? Why doesn't this group have to say it? That's my
They need to start sending these officers who do these types of things to jail. Don't just reassign them. Don't just fire them. Don't send them on leaves. Don't give them desk duty. Send these people to jail. Give them the same offense, or the same sentence that you would give a normal person for shooting someone else who isn't doing anything. Just start sending them to jail, and it's going to stop happening. And until you do, this is going to keep on happening.
well, like I said, hopefully justice will be served, and
I really hope so.
this asshole will get what he deserves.
I really hope so.
Kev, you mentioned double standards.
Yes.
And I have something on my screen here. I believe this was brought up by you.
Yeah.
And I don't want to make light of the previous situation, so I just want to make a note that we are going to kind of go on to a little bit of a lighter topic, but it's still interesting nonetheless, and to a degree serious. You brought up the topic of double standards and the fact that it seems to be acceptable to fat shame men,
Yes.
but it's not acceptable to fat shame women or children.
Absolutely. That is, as we were taught, every male at this table was taught by their mothers, you do not insult nor ask a woman's weight. If you ask a woman's weight, you are immediately slapped across your face. I've caught a slapping because at the age of 4, I saw a larger woman and asked, Mom, Or I'm sorry, I didn't say asked. I said to my mom, I told her, Mom, she is fat. Never in my life has a slap sounded so loud, nor have I been more embarrassed. Oh, no. We are in a freaking cafeteria. Everybody heard that. Then I had to walk over to the woman and apologize with tears in my eyes to her about that. Understandably so, because that's disrespectful. However, whenever you have an insult towards anybody who says something different than you, and it's a guy, it's always this fat guy who lives in his basement, his mother's basement, who eats nothing but ho-hos and drinks beers and things like that.
Jesus Christ.
Exactly. It's like, I feel as though when you say these things, and I feel as though it's kind of a double standard. We're uplifting, people with regards to fat shit, what their weight and whatnot. We're saying, okay, you're beautiful the way that you are, you're wonderful the way that you are. But with regards to males, it doesn't seem like that's the case. It's like, I can call somebody fat and it's fine. One of my favorite lines in a song called Hit 'Em Up is, and I quote, "That's why I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker."
Okay.
Rest in peace, Tupac.
All right. Look. Here's the thing. You guys have heard me on my soapbox about equality and erasing labels such as race and gender and all that other stuff because it's divisive. The mere fact that it's okay to fat shame and insult a man in that fashion, and it's not okay to insult a woman in that fashion, is in itself an insult to women, because it's making it seem as though women are the weaker sex, and well, we're men, we can handle it, but they can't. That it's asinine if you really just stop and take a look at it. Now, I personally am not into insulting anybody. Like we're friends, so we talk shit about each other. Yes. But that's our way. That's our way of I know I'm going to have to give myself on this, but that's our way of showing affection for one another. Okay, so so you got two. You happy? All right, but no. In all seriousness, we make fun of each other. That's basically how we say hello. Fuck you. Something like that. But that's not like, I'm not going to go up to some random person and say, "Damn, you are ugly," or I may poke fun at somebody, but I'm not going to intentionally try to make them feel bad about themselves. Like if I say something about somebody, it's with the intention of getting a laugh, from them too, not just and look, I make fun of myself all the time. People make fun of me. I laugh it off. I don't take anything personally because at the end of the day, I'm me no matter what. Like, if I am tall, short, fat, skinny, ugly, good looking, no matter what they say, it's not going to change who I actually am.
Tinsley?
Just going along with this double standard thing, and no one should be fat shamed or made fun of at all. Let's just get that out in the open. It's not cool to bully or make fun of people. But going along with this double standard, there is fat shaming for men, but there is this body positive movement going for women, which is basically saying that it's okay to be large and overweight, and let's love each other more because of it. Now, I agree with the whole body positive movement. I think it's a wonderful thing. Okay? Be you, be who you want to be, and you shouldn't be made fun of it because of the way you are. But there's a double standard. It's okay. It's basically saying that it's okay to be different as a woman, but it's not as a man.
Just want to put out there was a movement, I believe it was toward the beginning of last year, it was around March of either last year or the year before, called the dad bod movement, where it was the thing to have a dad bod, where you had like the beer keg instead of the six pack, and they were trying to claim that women were more attracted to men that had that beer gut and were not necessarily in shape. So Can't comment on that, but that's what I heard. So there was kind of a movement.
I remember.
From there.
I
never heard of that.
I don't know about that actually being in, but I heard of it.
They tried.
my thing with the comments that Mr. Tinsley made a little while ago, I think us as men, we've caught enough breaks. You know, sometimes you just got to be on the downside of the double standard. You know, sometimes it's just how it's got to be. And for the cool, well, you know, I'm not saying the coolest in general, but big fat men are the coolest people in the world.
What?
Like that's a cool thing. Most people don't think of, you know, really big women as, you know, attractive. People put these type of people down.
Hold on now.
No, I said most
Rosie
people.
O'Donnell, some people find her attractive.
All right, but you know, people like
The whole segment for it, BBW.
That's true.
Yeah, I agree. I'm just saying, like,
Wait, what?
Samantha 38.
Jesus Christ!
What?
Bro.
Oh
I'm
no,
trying to
we
make my
derailed
point,
this.
y'all.
I'm sorry.
Jesus
Go ahead.
Christ. But you know, that's a thing that people hide. You know, people fat shame women all the time. But with most men, like I'm saying, Kev made the point of saying a whole bunch of dudes that looked at, oh, you're fat, you live in your mom's basement, you eat ho-hos, you fucking, I don't know, use up all the lotion in the house,
What?
all that type of stuff. Well, I'm just saying that's what they say. But like, as far as dudes, a fat dude, big smalls, big pun,
Oh.
you know, big fat dude,
Ouch.
Rick Ross,
Oh,
you
man.
know, what the hell is the dude's name? Jonah Hill?
Yeah, well, he kind of lost.
But I'm just saying, but the fat
But
guy.
people say that he's not as funny
Yeah,
anymore.
I agree, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying, people say the fat guy
Take it back.
is the funny guy. People, you know, fat dudes have been in before. "Quote unquote" fat women have never been the type of women that the norm has aspired to be with.
Okay, I'm just gonna rebut that a little bit because and you know what? I don't care. I'm about to say
social
something.
norms.
Well, this is a social. I'm about to say something. I don't care what you guys think. All right, I watch Pitch Perfect, and I watch Pitch Perfect too. Okay, all right, okay, all right. That's fine. That's fine.
What?
Okay. Hey man, and it was a damn good movie. All right.
What?
All right. Truth be told, I was okay. Look, listen. I don't have to justify it. It was a good movie.
What?
Okay. All right. It was a classic.
What?
A must see.
What?
Anyway,
Sounds like you keep trying to justify it.
the funniest person in that movie was a girl named Fat Amy. I believe her name is really
Rebel Wilson.
Rebel Wilson.
I know who that is.
Mike and Molly, or whatever that show
Melissa
is.
McCarthy.
You know, she's a bigger woman.
She is hilarious.
Yes, she is. What's her face? The chick from Trainwreck. She's not.
It is, man. BBW.
You know, Amy
That's
Schumer
fantastic.
says
That's a thing for a minority of people.
I
That's
know it.
not like people talk about fat women in a negative light all the time.
I agree with
About
you.
fat
Where
period.
sometimes we do have to kind of be on the
but
bottom of
fat
the.
dudes are lovable.
the double
It's
standard.
the gentle giant,
But
you know.
Lonnie Love, Monique. I mean, these are individuals.
But people talk shit about Monique all the fucking time until she lost the weight.
Well, Monique actually they talk.
Can we agree that all of the bigger people that we mentioned all fall under the same genre? It's comedy. So in essence, we're laughing at these bigger people, like whether they're men or women. Which again goes back to my whole point of like just forget the labels. I don't think. I mean, like I agree with you. Where like sometimes we do have to take the short end of the double standard.
We kind of went
do
with
catch
most
breaks.
of them.
I
We
agree.
kind of went with most of them.
But I mean, are the labels really necessary? Because
I
we
don't
make
think
fun.
they are,
We didn't name one.
It is.
We didn't name one person that wasn't a larger comedian. Was there one person we named that wasn't a comedian or seen in a comedic light? So,
I named a couple rappers: Biggie, Big Pun,
Okay,
Fat Joe,
true.
Rick Ross.
I'll give you that one because I don't know of any larger
Well,
female
people like
rappers.
Missy,
Oh,
but they like her
Oh,
now.
I'm sorry, I forgot. Well, everybody always loved Missy.
I'm talking about people. People didn't find Missy attractive.
Queen Latifah.
Are you kidding?
People didn't find
Oh,
Queen
what?
Latifah attractive.
Are
Don't
you
lie to me.
kidding? Are you
Don't-
joking?
well, maybe you did, but
Are you
people
joking?
didn't.
Faith.
Faith was never.
Bad, yo.
But Faith wasn't like
She was bigger. She lost a lot of weight, but she wasn't.
bigger, but she wasn't like fat.
Well, neither was Amy Schumer, but we also did that.
She was fat. Faith
She's
was
a-
bad, dog.
She wasn't fat.
She was.
She wasn't.
She was fat.
All right, let's not say fat. Can we just say larger person?
Chubby.
I'm fat. I'll say that.
Well, I'm
fat,
just-
goddamn.
I just think we.
If I honestly, Mook, how do you feel about this conversation since you just labeled yourself as that?
Well,
do you think?
I mean, me being a fat dude in the crew or whatever, you know.
What?
I'm sorry.
I mean, I don't have a problem with it. You know, it is what it is. You know, I didn't take exercise as seriously as the rest of the guys. It's fine, yeah.
But the thing is, though, is that do you agree with it that there is a double standard with regards to women and men concerning this? Well, not even that. Let me distinguish this. I'm not saying women are gentle with regards to this. I'm actually including men in this too, because men will call another man a fat loser real quick, mean it, and be upset about it. So don't you think, ladies, that this is me going after you? This is everybody who feels as though it's fine to insult a larger, heavier set male, both genders included. Do you feel as though there's a double standard where it's fine to do that, but it's not fine if you are a larger woman?
No, because I insult larger women myself.
Jesus.
So,
Jesus Christ.
yeah, I don't think it's a double.
And there's the...
And they insult me, and it's fine, yo. We're fat. It's fine, yo.
Do you understand me?
All right, so there's the end of that. I feel as though we got a good understanding concerning these double standards.
I don't think we're any further along than we started.
I don't think you should take my word.
I just think we called the short end of the stick on this one, and you know,
that's
sometimes it's just
fine.
happen.
Yeah, and that's fine. That's fine. Now, but
I just want to be on
see,
record saying that fat
careful.
shaming is wrong.
I agree with that 100%.
And we got to be careful with the whole taking the short end of the double standard, because again, that in itself is an insult to women. It really is. So we got to be careful with that. Like, and I'm not trying to be like chauvinist or or anything. I'm genuinely putting myself in another person's position. Like, if I were on the other end of that, like, oh, are you trying to say I can't take a joke and you can't? That's where I'm coming from here.
Yeah, but we're talking about like a broad view rather than specific people.
Right.
Well, like Mook said, he makes fun of his people,
and
people make fun of, like, his friends make fun of him.
Right.
But we're talking about a broad view.
Gotcha.
Like, if you call
Like the public perception.
Yeah, like if you're walking down the street and you say, "Oh yeah, look at that big girl," she's probably not going to be okay with that.
For big girls.
And there is no song that says, to my knowledge, watch out for the big dude. So I mean,
that could be taken a whole lot of ways. But I wasn't trying to go there. But pause. I'm sure a whole lot of people that have seen you, Mook, say, "Hey, big guy, is that a bad thing?"
No, I don't get it.
That's what I'm saying. But I think to women, I think with women, by you saying she's a larger woman, most people view that as you putting her down. With men, I don't think you are.
I have to say, a lot of men are attracted to larger women.
No, I'm not saying they're not. I'm just saying a lot of people, when they say she's a bigum, that's them putting her down and saying she isn't attractive.
Well, that is a good point. So, you know what? Let's have some fun with this. All 10 of you who are, I'm rounding up from probably 3, who are listening to us, please feel free to email us at lsrpod@gmail.com with any other double standards that you think separate men and women. I think it would be a lot of fun to hear some of your feedback, and maybe next week we'll air some of it. Why don't we take a break?
Oh no, we're not taking a break yet. Oh no, bitch!
We got neighbors.
They gotta give it
Okay, Kev. Do we really want to do this after this segment, though?
You never want to do this after any segment.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
All right, Kev.
Are you having a good day?
I'm having a great day, sir. And ladies and gentlemen, it is my favorite part of the day because I can introduce to you what's breast for business. You know what's breast for business today, gentlemen?
What?
Khloe Kardashian is
What?
breast for business. Give a damn about what you think. You should.
No.
You know why Khloe Kardashian is what's breast for business? Khloe Kardashian doesn't have a necessity of wearing bras, which is what's breast for business.
What?
Khloe believes in the Free the Nipple campaign, which I believe is what's breast for business.
Shout out to Rihanna.
Shout out to Rihanna. Shout out to Rachel Bilson. Shout out to everybody who believes in Free the Nipple. Khloe Kardashian earlier this week put up a picture on Twitter and on Facebook regarding her fantastic outfit. Unfortunately, Khloe Kardashian didn't realize I did initially, that her shirt was quite frankly a see-through shirt. So I got to see the free the nipple business. As I will now pass and illustrate this fine pictures and take my
We some fucking creep show.
Do you think I give a damn about what people think about me? I'm here for y'all. I'm here for that.
Obviously.
You know what that is? That, gentlemen, is what's breast for business.
Okay.
Also, on a very,
no.
if you can stop the music real quick. I'm gonna stop the music real quick. I did what's best for business. I also want to illustrate and tell you what's best for business on a serious note. I want to give a serious note right now.
That's probably should have been the one you did.
This is gonna be my serious note. Kiss my ass.
Hey,
All right,
so-
shut the hell up. Stop your little banter. All right.
Wow.
One thing, you black bastard. One thing for certain, two things for sure. I want to give a shout out to the lovely human beings in this world who support women that just want to feed their children in public. And we're not. I'm not even being a creep. I'm not being out there. I'm being dead ass serious. We here at LSR are supporters of women who just need to feed their crying children.
See, that's why you
Just because I don't. You think I give a damn? Let me be drunk and great. Stop destroying my segment.
Ladies and gentlemen,
that's why you should have did the
ladies and gentlemen, this right here. This is Drunk Kev. I give you Drunk Kev. Think about that.
I already took my goddamn.
All right. In all seriousness, I actually agree with you.
I do too. You
there was
shouldn't say that after talking about look at Chloe's nipples.
Yeah, we probably could have done that before we. Well, I shouldn't say we because Drunk Kev, started talking about Chloe's nipples.
I hijacked the goddamn segment.
Well, I'm just saying that's how you kill your segment.
Yeah, and I know people that have been reported.
That's how they get cut.
I know people that have been reported on Facebook because there's a picture of them breastfeeding, which I mean, like we've seen like art. You know, we've seen things on television, on network television, where there are women breastfeeding. So I don't see what the big deal is. I mean, like no one. I hope to God no one's getting aroused by that. I don't think it's erotic in any way. It's just natural. Whatever.
I got 2 kids, and quite frankly, if you can keep one kid quiet by just feeding the kid, it is the best thing in the world. So I want to give a shout out to everybody who supports this movement. A shout out to everybody who just supports everything.
We here at LSR don't condone you just feeding your children to shut them up, but I agree with what Kev said.
Okay. I believe in the Free the Nipple campaign. Breastfeed your child. Do whatever you got to do. We, not looking anyway. Do what you got to do. Feed your child. Mook.
Yeah, I agree with the Free the Nipple campaign.
All right, so we're going to move on. We're going to segue into something that could cause some controversy up next. I like this. It's all smooth and whatnot. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to LSR. What just happened? I have to confess, I did. It was a monumental error on my part. I mixed up my segments. I really did. And see, you might think that it's easy to just sit around with your friends and drink and just talk shit into a microphone, but this is difficult. You have to really try to focus after that second segment, man. Every week we really gotta try to focus and reel things in. You gotta.
One thing the listeners don't need to know that ever happened.
I mean,
You're drunk, man.
No, I'm not.
I'm just saying they don't need to know that ever happened because at least I am and Mook. We're professional broadcasters, all right?
I feel as though we should be honest.
Right, Mook?
That's right.
We should be honest with the public. All right, so we're gonna go into allegedly everybody's favorite segment.
What the fuck?
And before we start this segment, I am going to say I'm going to say this. I am apolitical. I have no allegiance with any political party because I believe that all politicians are liars and crooks. Having said that, we are going to talk about something that occurred at the the Republican National Convention, the RNC.
In Cleveland, I believe.
Yes. So,
Shout out to Cleveland.
there was someone, I'm not sure who, with a camera phone, and I'm since the sign is in the center of the shot, I'm going to assume that that's what they were taking a picture of. Maybe they weren't. But more, can you tell me what that sign says, please?
Yep, it looks like that sign says white elevators.
So a major side eye, is being thrown at the RNC because there's a sign that says white elevators in the building that they chose to hold their national convention in. Now, before you turn this off and say, "Oh, you guys are a bunch of left-wing nuts," I understand. Like, immediately when I saw this, I thought to myself, okay, well, there's probably a red elevator, a blue elevator, a purple elevator. The elevators are probably color-coded, but with all of the things going on, the irony is beautiful. But with all of the stigmas attached to the Republican Party in regards to their, I guess, relationship with the African American community
And others.
and others, you would think that someone somewhere would have spotted the sign and at least covered it. Come on, like, what the fuck, man? Am I the only one that finds this funny? Like, seriously?
Yeah, I busted out laughing because I didn't see that before. Oh, you know what the fuck is I have to say something about the convention?
I am, but now hold on. Before you say whatever you guys say about the convention, we're not here to.
No, it's just something that I saw pretty funny.
All right, what do you have to say?
I saw a picture. It was at the convention. There was a photograph taken of several Caucasian people underneath a banner that says, well, they're holding it, that says Latinos for Trump. There were a bunch of Caucasian people posing as Latinos who support Donald Trump.
Maybe they were Latino.
No, they were Caucasian.
Maybe they were born in a Latin country, and maybe they were,
Like Charlize Theron.
I'm just
Maybe,
going to say that
they were Caucasians.
there were signs that said, like, Latinos para Trump, and it's not even how you spell it. So it would be Latinos poor or...
No, para is for. Para is for.
They're not using it in the right way. They pointed it out on, like, TMZ.
Yeah.
It would be POR, I believe.
Oh, goodness.
And about the convention?
The only what the fuck I could come from the convention, to be quite honest with you, is
Save it. Save it.
Oh shit! Fucking Ted Cruz didn't endorse him.
No,
that is true.
That was something. That wasn't what the fuck. That's
you guys see the picture of the interns?
Oh nah.
Oh my god!
I seen his wife.
Yeah. The what the
interns
fuck I
in
could
the
possibly
Republican
think of
Party.
is
The comparison.
yeah.
Yeah, I saw
Well,
it. It's
there
wrong.
was
We'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that later. Save it.
Not that.
Yeah, and then the Democratic one. It's bunch of everybody.
I honestly, there's so much that
Like how
happened.
the country is.
I legit can't shout out to Scott Bale. My word, man.
Fuck Scott Bale.
God damn.
That's your man.
No, and Steve King, yo.
Hey man, and shout out to Tebow for not speaking on it.
And Tebus.
All right. Okay,
Mook, do you have anything to say before we move on?
It's all booty.
No, it's not. But I promise, before this segment is over, not this segment, but this night is over, I will. Okay, see, the way that began, it didn't sound like it was going to end well. Right. So let me rephrase. I'll give myself one of these to be fair. What? All right. So we're gonna go back. Okay. I promise that before this show is over, I will tell you guys what's booty. All right? I'll tell the world what's booty.
All right.
All right. However, it's time for another segment. This segment is a little segment we like to call Damn, Homie.
Damn.
All right, so let's get this thing started. Who would like to begin? Kev?
My damn homie. Oh, I like this music. My damn homie is going to have to go to our friend, our Steve colleague, Taylor freaking Swift, yo. Oh, last week, Kim Kardashian West dropped what she promised a few weeks ago, the video of videos of Taylor Swift approving the line in Famous, the beat that you listen to, this song, primarily the song about him and her having intercourse and also being made to be famous.
Him and who? I'm sorry.
Taylor Swift.
And Kanye West, yes?
And Kanye West, yes.
Now, they did not actually, to our knowledge, have sex, but I believe the line was, what was the line, Kev?
The line was, actually, I think you know the line.
I feel like me and Taylor might still have sex.
Yeah.
And why is that? Because he made that
bitch famous. Now,
her issue.
Now, with that being said, Taylor has announced that she did approve the I feel like me and Taylor might still have sex line. But her issue is with the following line, I made that bitch famous.
But
she never approved that line.
But
it was never mentioned to her.
But there is audio of her saying you could go with either line you like because to some people I might be a bitch. And yeah, even though I sold 7 million albums, they didn't know me.
I didn't hear that audio.
I actually have a point.
Yes?
Taylor Swift, Kim Kardashian, and Kanye West, you all fucking suck, so shut the fuck up. Nobody cares.
Whoa.
Don't disrespect
Kanye is a musical genius.
Although for the most part, I agree with you.
And Kim is a paparazzi genius.
Shout out to Ray J.
We're not going to do that.
Wow.
Yes, we are.
All right, moving on.
Hold on a second. I just want to ask a quick question.
I've got this.
It's a quick question.
You get a laptop.
Quick question. In the state of California, it is actually illegal for you to release audio of someone else talking without their permission. Do you think Taylor Swift should sue Kim Kardashian and Kanye West?
Excuse me, she cannot because in the video, Kanye is seen sitting with Rick Rubin, and also the video is chopped up because the cameramen was talking in the background. She was on speakerphone and was well aware that she was talking to a room full of people. Therefore, she cannot sue. Yeah.
Well, the thing is that she was aware that the conversation could be recorded. So.
Oh, so she was giving fair warning? Well, never mind. That completely takes the legalities out.
Kanye was recording the process of him making the album. She was aware. She can't do anything about it.
And there is also the point that all three of these people fucking suck. And
Hey.
So fuck all three of you. You suck.
And one sucks the guy Ray J's penis.
Oh, wow.
Shout out to Ray J.
Wow. Okay.
He hit it first.
I wish somebody would make his bitch famous.
He hit it first, yeah.
All right, moving on.
For a damn homie, my other nomination goes to Dana White. Dana White, just to give you a timeline, on May 8th, took Conor McGregor, his biggest, at that time, superstar, off of UFC 200.
Right.
2 months later, to the date, it was released that John Jones, on July 8th, was popped for a PED test, which later proved to be true. 1 week after that, Brock Lesnar also was popped for a PED test and was also proven to have had that PED test.
You know how many tests he failed?
He failed 2.
3.
3.
Yeah,
Yes. One a couple days before, and 2 the day of. Basically.
Oh my.
So I just have a question on that. Like, who do you think was the person that had to go tell him that to his face?
Hey, Dana White sold most of his stake in UFC.
Do you think that's why he sold it? So he wouldn't have to
they
tell
were
Brock?
out in the process for over $4 billion.
How much would someone have to pay you to go up to Brock Lesnar and tell him anything bad? That might make him want to rip your spine
How
out.
much they sold UFC for? Over $4 billion.
Yeah. And even that might not be
I may need that money to
Yeah.
medical damage.
All right, so I think that's.
No.
Hey, Kev, y'all.
Our last.
Hey,
That
Kev.
booty
Hey, Kev.
goes
Hey,
to
Kev.
Philip J. Mickelson, lefty,
that shit
who
off.
had the record tying performance.
I don't finish.
Wait a minute.
The record tying performance of the lowest number under par, and still lost the damn tournament.
No.
Damn, homie.
No. See, cut the music. Cut the
Turn it up.
music. Okay? Because here's the thing, right? I got you. You know why I got you? This is coming from the same person that was sitting up here saying, oh no, please don't criticize Steph Curry. They're all great. We should be celebrating the people that didn't make it. Like Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods didn't play.
Yeah, because you know why? Because he fucking sucks.
He's injured.
All right? Now, Phil Mickelson, unlike Steph Curry, played his ass off. Played his ass off in a losing effort, unlike Steph Curry. So you, sir, are a hypocrite. If you don't want to criticize Steph Curry for playing like shit in the finals, which he did, then you goddamn well better not even speak. You better not even speak about Lefty playing the game, not sport, game of golf.
All right, let me ask you a question. Who's better, Phil Mickelson or Tiger Woods?
That's not what we're talking
No,
about.
I'm asking you. Who's better?
Well,
Who's had a better career?
considering who's better?
Who's had a better career?
You
had a better career?
You asked me who's
Who's
better.
had a better career?
Let me. I'll answer both questions.
Okay.
All right. Who's better? Phil Mickelson's better. You know why? You know why? Because he can walk. He can smile with all of his own teeth because his wife didn't knock his fucking teeth out with a golf club for sleeping with his babysitter amongst many other people that he cheated on her with. All right? Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Any more questions? Hold on. Answer the other one.
Who's had a better career? In the public view of,
Wait, who's had a better career?
in what?
Who's had in golf?
Eldrick Domestic House Cat Woods.
Okay, now who's better? Since that's what we want to talk about. Who's better? Someone who played in the NBA last year, Kobe Bryant, or someone who hasn't played in 14 years in Michael Jordan? Who's better?
Michael Jordan.
Shut your dumb ass up. Next topic. Yeah. Check, motherfucker.
Checkmate.
Yes, it is.
There's no contest.
Yes, it is.
Kobe Bryant couldn't hold Michael Jordan's
And Michael Jordan couldn't play in the league last year because he sucked.
Because he's
Checkmate. Check. All right, because he sucked.
Mickelson's older than Tiger Woods.
And Tiger's had a better career.
Okay, but Mickelson is better right now.
All right, and Kobe's better than Jordan.
No, he's not.
Kobe's in the league.
No, he's not.
Kobe's in the league.
No, he's not.
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan.
Kobe was statistically the worst player in basketball last year.
And you know who was in the league? Michael Jordan.
He retired.
I just want to add in
Yeah.
that the result for Tiger was the same result for Phil Mickelson last week because they both lost.
No.
They lost.
Phil got to the final round. Phil actually qualified. He made the cut.
Did he win?
He made the cut.
Did he win?
You know what he won? He won the respect of everybody out there that loves the game, not sport. The game.
No, he didn't.
Okay? Yes, he did.
You know Phil Mickelson is throughout his career, the lone loser.
You know what?
That's who he is. And Tiger Woods is the hated winner.
Do you know what he gave you? He gave you the gift of Mickelson.
You know what he gave me? He gave me something to laugh at and something to say. Damn, homie. It's who?
Fuck both of y'all.
I wish I could say in high school he was the man though because you weren't.
Yeah, because he didn't would have made it to like 3 fucking years ago.
Who's won a major more recently?
Hey, man.
Tiger Woods. Excuse me. Domestic House Cat Woods.
Who won more?
Or
Who
Phil
won
Mickelson?
more?
This is the what have you done for me lately game.
All right. Hey, Kobe Bryant scored 60 in his last game. Michael Jordan hasn't scored a point in in 14 fucking
I'm pretty
years.
sure if Michael Jordan
Are we going to stand these same grounds?
I'm
Or
just
are you going
saying.
to change the argument?
Well, we have to.
Okay.
You know why we have to? Because basketball's a sport. Golf is not. So we have to.
So you're changing the grounds.
No, well, I mean,
So you're changing the grounds.
Just saying.
Okay.
All right. Now that we're done that.
Another one for the good guy.
Sure. Now that we're...
Thank you.
Now that we've done that, and Michael Jordan won.
Kobe won more.
Do you have anything else for...
Kobe's won 6 more recently than Michael Jordan. Thank you.
How many times?
5.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Michael Jordan won 6. I think you're getting this
Well, I'm just saying.
And you asked who won more majors in golf, right? Who won more championships in basketball? Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant? I forget.
Kobe has, because he has Super Bowl medals.
And which person?
Thank you. He has Super Bowl medals.
Which person has 3 times as many Finals MVPs
That's fine.
as the other? Yeah. Anyway,
Thanks for checking out.
chill. Anyway, we're gonna move on. Can we cut the music now? I wonder how much of that fucking argument I'm gonna have to.
You don't need to cut any of it.
I'm just saying, if we just for minutes.
Just to show you're wrong.
Chill. I'm right.
Cut all of it. Guys, bickering is not good for radio.
Iverson and Wade, y'all really wanna do that?
I said you guys bickering.
Oh, okay, all right.
Cut that too.
I think you did.
I had to because of time purposes. I really wanted to keep that in. That shit was fucking hilarious.
Just stay consistent.
All right, okay. Fuck Kobe Bryant. So
I don't think anyone said anything bad.
since we're on the topic of things in this round, I think it's time to move on. What we were talking about.
Yeah, I know. I
Well, I think it's booty. 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 That's what it is.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, before we continue, I feel the need to remind you that That's Booty is brought to you by the Breakfast of Champions Bootios because they make sure
You ain't booty. On
All right.
sale at FYE for $12.99.
Is that actually a thing?
Yes.
Good
Interesting. All right, so we are.
Anybody at this table interested in some bootios?
Well, we don't need them because we're not booty.
Well, I'm saying, some of us. Maybe,
Oh man,
Some of us may be interested in booty holes.
I think I see what you did there.
we may find out a little later.
Before we move on to the true booty segment,
Main event, Bootygate, hashtag Bootygate.
all right, I'm gonna play something for you guys. It's not very long, but I do want you to listen, and afterwards we'll have a discussion.
Brock and I were raised with so many of the same values. Like, you work hard for what you want in life. That your word is your bond, that you do what you say you're going to do.
My parents impressed on me the values that you work hard for what you want in life. That your word is your bond, and you do what you say and keep your promise.
That you treat people with dignity and respect, even if you don't know them, and even if you don't agree with them.
That you treat people with respect. They taught and showed me values and morals in their daily life. That is a lesson that I continue to pass along to our son. And we need to pass those lessons on to the many generations to follow.
And Barack and I set out to build lives guided by these values and to pass them on to the next generation because we want our children and all children in this nation to know that the only limit to the height of your achievements is the reach of your dreams and your willingness to work hard for them.
Because we want our children in this nation to know that the only limit to your achievements is the strength of your dreams and your willingness to work for them.
Okay. So, gentlemen, what do we have to say about this blatant plagiarism here? I mean, how does one let this happen?
Because they don't write their own speeches.
Do you believe? Okay, well, do you believe Michelle wrote that,
No.
or do you believe someone wrote it for her? Okay, I'm glad that you said no. You said no, right?
Yeah.
I'm glad you said no because we what the fuck, and that's booty. It seems like we're targeting the Republicans here, but I at least am apolitical. I have no affiliation with any party. They're all crooks to me.
Not Bernie.
Whatever you say, but how like seriously, how can you rip a man from day one publicly, and then have your wife copy his wife's speech at the convention?
It's effortless because Trump doesn't believe in anything that he really says. I mean, this is the same guy who just this time, I think it was a couple years ago, was talking about how great of a president Hillary Clinton would be, how he knows her family, and how he thinks she's a fantastic human being. And now all of a sudden, hates her.
I don't want to use this to shed negative light on Trump.
Okay.
I just want to focus on the missus right now because she was the one that's getting this big old bowl of bootios.
Oh, yeah, she's getting it.
So, Mook, you got any comments on this one?
Stop jacking.
Stop swagging, jacking.
Swagger.
I'm not a writer.
No, I'm not a writer. I'm a biter.
She's saying a big bird. She's only big enough for her brother.
Yeah.
Jesus.
She's big enough to do it.
My issue with this is, as Dre alluded to before,
I seen you jocking JC because they got up on stage.
if you should play this in the background. If Trump's entire campaign is pretty much being the anti-Obama, he should have an issue with his wife pretty much saying what Miss Michelle Obama has said about her husband Barack Obama, and pretty much comparing them, showing them in the same light. He should have a huge issue with that. And if he doesn't have an issue with that, he is exactly what it is. He's a hypocrite, and there's no accountability at all being held within his election run.
All right, Mrs. Trump, you will be receiving a big old box of bootios.
I'm glad.
He was the first one to say something.
What do you think of it?
Jesus. I hope the audio didn't pick that up, man. I really do.
I didn't know.
Yeah, you don't want to know, man. I
As written by Bonnie Trump.
Yeah.
Keep it on the low.
Shout out to her.
All right, enjoy the bootios.
Absolutely.
All right, when we come back, ladies and gentlemen, when we come back,
Oh,
that sounds like a...
boy. Showtime.
That sounds like something's on the horizon. Moose. Spooky stories when we come back. Oh man, I feel like big, man. No, not like that, man. Not big in the sense of like weight.
What?
I just feel like colossal. I mean, I heard you were looking for Mook Spooky Stories. Cut the music! Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen.
Song, yo.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry you had to endure that. I'm sorry that you had to hear that. I think it's about that time. Without further ado,
Jesus Christ.
Mook's Spooky Stories.
Mook, are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Take it away.
Actually, I have a couple stories this week. I'll talk about last night, actually. How about that? So, last night, I had a young woman over, You guys know her.
Yes, we do.
I don't.
I don't know.
Talking about a young African woman.
Oh, okay. I know who this person you were referring to as.
Right. And we were hanging out, drinking, and we might have drunk a little bit too much. We're going to talk about how I lost last night.
Again?
So, I she wanted to take shots, but she manipulated me. I took 5 shots. She only took 3. And, yeah. Went to the bedroom. And, I laid down. Put on Yo Gabba Gabba to set the mood like a real one.
What?
You know what I mean?
What?
No.
Yeah. I like to watch Yo Gabba Gabba, sir.
What?
Well, hold on.
No.
So, I laid down, and the next thing I know, it was 7 in the morning, and she was telling me she was leaving. I passed out, and I lost, man. I lost.
You dumb motherfucker.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Hold this real quick, man. Stand up, man. Stand up. Stand up, man. Come on.
Bring it in.
Come on,
Bring
man.
it in, Paul.
Come on, man.
Bring it in.
I love you, man.
Bring it in, man.
I love you, man.
I lost, yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry you had to
Terribly.
go through that. I love you, man.
But
Thank you.
I'd also like to say that I wasn't the only one that lost that night. Last night,
She lost, too.
You do it.
well,
She ain't win.
well, my nephew came over my house because he likes to use my apartment to function with
Friend now is with,
his young lady friends. So
What do you mean by I don't under like? What do they have a book club here or something? I don't,
no, not at all.
not a book club.
Not at all. Not at all.
What I don't understand.
The only thing she reading is Haynes.
That was good. That was good. So, today is his birthday. I'd like to say happy birthday to my nephew Colin.
Hey, man.
You know what
Shout
I
out
mean?
to Colin, man.
Happy birthday, guy.
23 today.
Hey, man.
So he actually used my living room while I was supposed to be using my bedroom. He comes over with the girl. We take a shot. I took another shot, and we went to bed. Clearly, because I went to sleep, and I woke up this morning trying to get the details, and he let me know that he did not complete the mission.
What I don't understand. Did they not finish Huckleberry Finn? Or what book were they reading? I don't.
He,
Was he watching Yo Gabba Gabba too, or?
Jeez.
yeah, he might as well do it because he lost. The man brought his birthday in pleasuring this young woman.
Wait.
Colin, I wish you were here right now.
Wait.
He lost.
What I don't understand.
He lost what he did.
I'm sorry. What just happened? He spent his birthday.
He brought his birthday in pleasuring this young woman, and she actually was asking him, "Yo, when are you gonna just penetrate me?" And he just was so into what he was doing that he never did it.
Well, if he was fine with that.
So I'd like to say he lost as well. All right, so
If he was into it, you know.
I can't say he lost because unlike you, he was actually diving. He was bobbing for apples while you were just catching Z's. You had somebody in your bedroom, and damn if you didn't fail. You didn't lose. You failed.
Speaking of bobbing for things,
What?
I believe. I'm just saying. I believe Mook was hoping to bob for something. If I'm not mistaken, when we last.
Well, I'm saying maybe an apple. You know, maybe a.
Well, it
pear.
begins with an A.
Well, I'm saying maybe
It's
an
shaped
apple.
like a pear.
A pear. You know,
I mean,
Chinese food.
Allegedly shaped like a pear.
What else? An orange slice. I'm gonna hurt the fuck up and get this music going.
Maybe a bowl of bootios.
A piece of bacon.
Well, something like that.
Yeah, I'm a nice man.
The big bad booty daddy.
Now.
I'm hungry.
It's time.
You don't know me, and you don't know what I'm capable of.
Hey, before we start this, let's take this shot, because I'm going to need it to get through this segment.
I'm hungry.
Shout out to the man Collins. Happy birthday, happy birthday, little nigga.
The big bad booty daddy.
Shout out to Billy Gunn, man. Road Dogg was better than you. Shout out to Road Dogg never felt serious.
Wow. All right. Well, let's see if our resident, I guess, Mr. Ass here has an update. Mook, what do you got?
Well, unfortunately, I have not indulged in this analingus that I've been promising to get to, you guys.
Oh.
But the good news is that she is in the city right now, and I might be setting it up. So next week.
I believe said person may have called you during this podcast.
She did. So
Don't jive me.
it just might be going down. All right, tonight.
So
Whoa, stop right there.
if it going down, you mean you going
Oh,
down
No.
in the land down under?
Yes.
And we're like the wombats and shit live.
Wrong.
PA.
Wrong.
Hershey Highway.
Well, so yeah, man, I might have that update for you guys next week.
Oh, nigga!
Stop the damn match! Oh my god! Oh my god! No!
Terrible, man.
Great song.
Great, good song.
Great
Shout out to
song.
Mary J. Blige. Hope you're doing well right now.
And not doing more Burger King commercials.
wow.
Money. Yeah, but she was. Didn't Burger King just sponsor somebody's wedding? They do a lot. Kim Kardashian's wedding, I believe. They catered it.
Do we really want to pair eating ass with Burger King?
Well, shit. Well,
I'm just like, I understand the fact that there's buns involved, but do we really want to do that?
Have it in my way, or which?
Oh,
you have it your way? I'm just saying. Are you having it your way, buddy?
I'm just asking.
I'm just, maybe we get some pickles with it if you want, maybe some sauerkraut, some horseradish.
Put some mayo on my burger, you know what I mean, man?
God, yo.
Oh,
What? Whoa!
Hey, man.
Did he just say put some?
Hey, man, maybe you want some fucking special sauce in that asshole,
Oh my
Yeah.
God!
I'll leave it like this. If you don't fuck her, you lost.
I'm pretty sure he has before.
No, but he has to after that.
Oh, yeah. Well,
It's bad enough you're sleeping on
they
the
might, I'm not even.
bad enough.
I don't even know what to say at this point.
I'm
So
sure that is his only aspiration.
Wait,
so do we have any closing thoughts?
I do. I have a closing thought.
Why are you walking away?
Because I'm getting something.
What drunk?
Alright? Put the music down. Wanted to give, if it's okay, special time, a special shout out to somebody. That alright with you? Her name is Jerica Boland. She is a nice young lady. who unfortunately has spinal muscular atrophy type 2.
Yo,
And today was her prom, this young lady. Unfortunately, in August, in September, she's chose to go into hospice, and she's chose to end her life because she's in pain.
Oh, my.
yeah.
So I wanted to give a special shout out to her. I hope she's having a great time at her prom. From what it says, she had a whole police escort, and a lot of people contributed to it. So instead of looking as this a bad thing, I wanted to give a big thumbs up and a shout out to her, if that's okay with everybody.
Shout out to her. Man.
Give her a good clap on that.
All right.
That's what I wanted to do.
All right. So Mook, I don't know. I feel like this has been an elongated tease here. No pun intended.
We'll tease that ass.
Why the fuck you do that? This is it, man. It just looks like we might be heading down a dark alley, you know?
We're going to end up in a shitty situation, bro.
Yeah.
Shit's creek.
Yeah, I was about to say, don't end up in Shit's Creek.
Wow. So, are we going to get a final answer and a final?
Hey, we will find out.
Bootygate 2016.
Sad, man.
All
I'm
right,
just saying,
well-
I've done Mook my entire life. I know he just goes head first in everything he wants to do, man.
Wow.
You know?
I think Mook might have already did it, and he don't want to divulge his information.
I
to
think
us.
he would tell us.
He
would tell me.
I would tell.
He would tell me.
I would definitely.
Because he told me like weeks before he even told y'all he wanted to do this. He was going to talk about this shit during the first week of the show.
I remembered vaguely once this first came up. He was talking,
but he didn't want to
about,
talk about it on the
man.
show. He told me about this shit like 2 months ago. At least.
All right.
Just don't let
Well-
that shit get you down, man.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Once again, please feel free to email us at lsrpod@gmail.com. Thank you for listening. Please respond, give us feedback, and we will see you again next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye, people.